and I am here with ArenaNet's Colin. And Colin, can you give me a brief description of what you do at ArenaNet?
Yeah, so I'm the lead content designer on Guild Wars 2. So my team is responsible for building the dynamic events, the personal story, and the dungeons that you get to experience in the game.
Oh, that's really cool. And Guild Wars 2 is here. Obviously, you did a debut of it, kind of, or a gameplay stream demo, and it got a lot of attention. So I wanted to ask you, first off, you have a new character coming into the game. Is that correct?
Yeah, this week we revealed the thief profession, which is one of our two new professions that we've revealed recently. So we revealed the guardian and the thief. Those are our two new professions. And then we've also revealed a playable demo for a new race, the Norn. So we brought here today the Norn intro experience, and then we've added a higher level area that you can play in the middle of the game with a full skill bar and everything unlocked. And you can play as a human or a char, and you can play as any of our 6 professions we've revealed so far. So the Elementalist, the Warrior, the Ranger, the Necromancer, and our 2 new ones, the Guardian and the Thief.
All right, well that's really cool. And it's been a while since the last Guild Wars. You know, it's been PAX and Gamescom, but what is new about the game that you think is probably the most exciting feature?
I would say for me the most exciting feature is the dynamic event system. What it does is it allows us to have an open world MMO where all the players are playing together and sharing the game space, which is a big step forward for us from Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars 2 is a truly persistent MMO. And we make it with our dynamic events so that when you're exploring through the world, the content you experience is constantly changing. We don't have traditional quests like a traditional MMO. You're never going to walk up to a guy, talk to him, and get a giant block of text that you have to read to understand what the heck is going on. Instead, you explore through the world and you see things happening and you're naturally drawn into them. So, for example, you'd be swimming down underwater and you see a little village of Quaggin, and all of a sudden Crate will come out of nowhere. An event kicks off and the Crate start trying to kidnap all the Quaggin. And you can go in and you can try to save them from the Crate that are trying to kidnap them and bring them back in and put them in prisons and hold them. And players can save them. And they have the choice to do that. This event just happens in the world. If players aren't there, the event still happens. That's the important thing about it. And because of it, the world changes. If players fail to stop the Crate, the Quaggin village will be empty. All the Quaggin will be gone. There won't be any merchants there anymore. They won't do any of the content that you would be able to find in that spot. And instead, a new dynamic event kicks off where the Quaggin are all being held prisoner in a Crate city. And you need to swim down to the bottom of the ocean and rescue all the Quaggin and bring them back. And we try to branch a lot of content like that, so when you experience one dynamic event, it changes the gameplay of the world, and it changes so that there are new events, and each time you come through a map, it's a completely different, unique experience than the last time you played through it.
Well, I guess a question that comes to mind with that is, while you're offline, not playing the game, these events are going on, aren't they?
Absolutely. The world is constantly changing whether you are there or not. So every time you log in, you could run through a map that you played through a week ago, and it could be in a completely different state. Towns that were there before could be completely in ruins and on fire. Enemy armies could be marching through the middle of the map. That last time it was a peaceful road where there were guards on your side patrolling through the road. We try to dramatically change the game as much as we possibly can, so every time you play through the game, you experience something unique and different.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to be a change from Guild Wars 1.
Yeah, it's a big change, yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Colin.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to appreciate it. Anything else you want to go shout out to anyone?
Absolutely. Well, first off, let me say a huge thank you to Alienware for having us be here today.
Alienware!
Yeah, Alienware. Thank you to all our viewers on JTV back home. It's fantastic. And to Kona's Corner in particular. Thanks, guys. This is great.
All right, well, thank you, Colin.